Hi everyone, this is Penny from Wacko Astrology, and today I am here for Leo to explain to you how to best use your strengths and hopefully use your strengths more so than emphasizing your weaknesses in both love and life. So the way I view astrology is that it kind of gives us the raw foundations of our personality traits, and we have a choice as to how we use those, whether we're going to use them for a positive thing or a negative thing. So for Leo, your first strength and weakness is that you operate on extremes. So everything's going to be way, way one way or way, way the other way. And this is why Leo really gets the reputation for being dramatic. So Leos can be super enthusiastic, like even about the really small stuff. Leo gets really excited. Leo's either going to be all in or all out. And more often than not, I find that Leos tend to be all in. Like they're game for whatever ideas their friends have. They're usually game for whatever plans or suggestions people have. And just really, really positive and optimistic about what's going on most of the time. But then on the opposite end of that, the negative extreme, is they can be really petty. The same way they can kind of like zone in on the small stuff and amplify it and get excited about it, they can also get really petty and easily disappointed about what's going on. And even kind of mopey, like, oh, that didn't happen the way that I wanted it to. And it just gets really dramatic from there. So the second thing is that Leo is a very childlike sign. And on the negative end of this, they can be immature. Being childlike is not always a good thing. And then sometimes they do stuff without really thinking about the consequences. So Leo, if you've ever done anything in your life and you didn't really have the foresight to think it all the way through, yeah, it is kind of because you are a Leo, and hopefully you can move that more so in the positive direction and focus on how that childlike energy makes you so fun and creative, pleasant to be around. And another great thing about Leos is they don't usually have any ulterior motives. They're usually pretty much just, what you see is what you get. Whatever meets the eye is exactly what the truth really is, because Leos aren't good at hiding their plans or anything like that. So they're just very raw, very kind of innocent in the way that they behave and express themselves. Even a Leo who isn't really a good person, most Leos will just kind of admit their flaws and be like, yeah, I did that, I was a jerk for doing that, and they'll just admit it and move on. And that's at least based on all of the Leos I have met in my life. But I know sometimes I hear stories from people who have met really bad people of various astrological signs. So if you have any stories, feel free to leave them in the comments below, and we'll consider that part of our research in here. So the next one is that Leo is very expressive. So when it comes to love and relationships, Leo really showers people in affection. If they're in a good mood, they're just going to shower you in affection. They're going to let you know how they feel about you, how much they love you. It's a very all-encompassing, powerful experience to be receiving that love and affection from a Leo. They're going to compliment you a lot. They're going to touch you a lot. They're going to cuddle you a lot. They're going to do everything they can to make sure you know how much they love you. But on the negative end of that, if the Leo isn't happy, then they're going to be really expressive of that too. Leo, kind of like a child, can put on a dramatic fit, can take one small bad thing that happened and amplify it times a million. And when Leo's mad or upset, they do also let people know. And what's worse for a lot of people when they're dating a Leo is that the Leo might make some of their relationship issues private relationship issues, the Leo might end up making them public, especially if you're out in public. Like, the Leo's not going to do a very good job of hiding it or being discreet about the fact that we just got into a fight or disagreement of some kind. So the Leo's likely to cause a scene when they're upset. So the next one is that Leos have a very heavy effect on others. Leo is the sun. So that is an energy and a warmth that radiates all around, that provides good vibes or bad vibes depending on how it's being used. And if you think about the fact that the sun is like made of fire, and even though it keeps us warm and it helps us live on our planet, it also could consume us someday if we're still here by the time that happens. So Leos can make people really happy. They can just radiate good energy. They can light up a room. They have that power. But at the same time, if the Leo isn't happy, they're probably going to end up making other people really unhappy as well. And they're going to be hard to be around. So much of whether or not people actually like you as a Leo depends on how you are feeling. And if you're not feeling happy, then people aren't going to like being around you, like more so than any other sign. And I know this is hard to accept because if you're not happy, you don't really have control over it. I don't know anyone who consciously chooses to be unhappy and, you know, doesn't wish that they could do something to change it. And I've been there too. I've had so many phases of my life where I was super, super unhappy, where I was in a dark space. And, you know, I had a lot more trouble making my life better because I couldn't bring positive people into my life because I was in a dark headspace. So yeah, Leos, with the way they affect other people, they're not going to be pleasant to be around when they're not in a good mood. And for some Leos, it might even seem like they get kind of sadistic when they're upset. Like if their relationship partner does something to upset them, they're going to find something to also upset their partner and get back at them. You know, if I'm suffering, you're going to suffer too. And that's like one of the really, really negative, bad things that can happen with a Leo. But at the same time, you know, Leo usually... a good, healthy Leo does want to make other people happy, and they're usually pretty freaking good at doing it. They know how to make people laugh. They know the right gifts to get people. Like, they just have a great intuition for making people happy. Now, the final thing that we are going to talk about, I'm pretty sure this is the last one I have. Yep. Okay, so Leo is super passionate about what they do. Leo puts a lot of energy, a lot of love, and a lot of effort into everything that they create, whether it's something in work, whether it's a painting, whether it's a musical piece, whatever it is. Leo really pours their heart and soul into things, but that also makes it very, very difficult for them to accept any type of rejection or any type of disappointment or any negative results. If they don't get the results they expected, even maybe they expected to see something better come out of their work. Sometimes they get really upset about that, and they get really reactive towards any perceived negative things that they experience in life. So again, they can go back to just totally blowing things out of proportion when they don't get what they want, kind of in the same way that a child would. But that same like innocent Leo energy is also what makes us, because I am a solar Leo as well, what makes us so endearing. So I hope that helped you understand the positive and negative traits of Leo so that you can better use your strengths. And if you have any Leos in your life, go ahead and share this video with them. And let them know that you're there for them, you know, whether they're having a good day or a bad day. You know, it's always important to have friends like that. And check the description below if you're looking for any of my social media or ways to get a reading or anything like that. And hopefully I'll see you again soon. Bye.